morning, everybody. In the last video, I have discussed up to dynamic memory allocation functions. Today, I am going to discuss remaining topics of fourth unit. So we shall start with topic array of pointers. Array of pointers is a collection of pointer variables. So we know the definition of array. An array is a collection of elements. Here, each element will act as a pointer. That means if there are n elements are there in an array, then each element is a pointer. The syntax for array of pointers is data type star array name of size. For example, int star p of 5. So p is an array of pointers to integer variables. Here p is an array of 5 integer pointers. It means that this array can hold address of 5 integer variables. Here I have written one program to demonstrate an array of pointers. So here P is an array consisting of 3 pointers. P is an array of 3 pointers which contain address of normal integer variables. Here integer variables I am considering as A, B, C. I variable I am using for traversing the array. So here next I am entering the values for A, B, C. Say that I have entered the values for A as 10, B as 20 and for C 30. Now I am in this pointer array of pointers. P of 0 will contain address of A. P of 1 will contain address of B. P of 2 will contain address of C. So each element of the array in array of pointer is address, contains the address. So here I am displaying the addresses. The addresses are P of I. So P of I. So first P of 0, I is 0. P of 0 is nothing but address of A. P next I plus plus. P of 1 is nothing but address of B. Next I plus plus. P of 2 is nothing but address of C. Now I am displaying the values at that addresses. Now as we know that by dereferencing the pointers we get the value. So here P of 0, I is 0. P of 0 contains the address of A. When I apply dereferencing operator star, I will get the value. So the value at this address is 10. I plus plus I is 1. P of 1. What is P of 1? 65,516. If I apply dereferencing operator star, then I will get the value at stored at location B. 20. I plus plus I is 2. P of 2. What is P of 2? P of 2 is address 65,514. So if I apply dereferencing operator star, then I will get the value at this address. The value of this address is 30. Applications of pointers. The pointers can be used to pass the arguments to a function by reference. The purpose of passing the pointers by reference is to modify the variables in the main function. And whenever we want to pass the large data such as a structure, without reference, we create a copy of the structure. Hence, there will be more wastage of space. So, to pass the arguments by reference, we can reduce the space and we can modify the variables in the calling function. Second application is for accessing the array elements. So, compiler internally uses pointers to access the array elements. As we have already discussed that the name of the array A, the name of the array A, for example, if I mention just A, it decays into the pointer. So pointer can also be used to access the array elements. Third application is to return the multiple values. By using call by reference, we can pass any number of variables, to a function. All the changes done in the called function are reflected back into the calling function. So to return multiple values, the pointers are used. The fourth application of pointers is dynamic memory allocation function. The memory is allocated at runtime. It is done by using malloc, alloc, reallocate, and free function. Fifth application of pointer is to implement data structures such as stacks, queues, and linked list, which are part of the data structure concepts, which we are going to see in the next semester. Pointers to void. So till now we have discussed about integer pointer, void pointer, or float pointer. For example, integer pointer will contain the address of integer variable. Float pointer will contain address of the float variable. Double pointer consists of address of the double variable. So here today we are going to discuss about pointers to void. So void. A void pointer is a variable that contains address of another variable of any data type. That means void pointer can contain the address of integer variable, can contain the address of float variable, can contain the address of any data type. So void pointer is also called as generic pointer. Here PTR is a generic pointer that can point to variable of any data type. The advantage of using void pointer is already we have discussed in dynamic memory allocation malloc and calloc function return void star pointer that we are typecasting with a specific data type pointer like int star. If you want to work with integer, then we are typecasting with integers. This allows these functions to be used to allocate memory of any data type just because of the malloc and functions return the void star pointer. For example, here p is a pointer to void or void pointer. I is the integer variable, j is the float variable. Enter I value. Say that I have entered the I value as 5. Now p is a generic pointer, contains the address of integer. Now I am printing the address of I. The address of I is nothing but p. P contains address of I. But p is a generic pointer. Since I am storing the address of integer variable, I need to typecast with int star. Now I can see that I address is at 65,524. To get the I value, we need to dereference this pointer. This pointer p is of int void star and typecasting with int star. So if I dereference this void star pointer by applying star, then I will get the I value. The I value is 5. Now I am entering the j value. J is of type float. Say that I have entered the j value as 5.5. Now p contains address of j. P is a void star pointer. It is generic pointer. Now it is containing the address of j. J is of type float. Now to get the address of j address, j address is p. J address is contained in p, but p is void star pointer. P is containing address of float. Then we need to typecast with float star. Then we need to typecast with float star pointer. Now j address is 65,520. Now the value for j is, if I apply dereferencing operator star, then we get the value 5.5. Here this is not in star, this is float star. Pointers to functions. A function pointer or a pointer to a function is a pointer that contains address of a function. As we know that all the variables are stored in memory, all the variables are stored at location, some location. In the same way, the function is also stored in the memory. The function is also having the address. The address of the function which is stored in a pointer is called as function pointer or pointers to function. The syntax for pointer to function is a return type. Return type can be any data type like int, float, char, double, etc. Pointer name. This pointer name should be enclosed inside the parentheses and this data types, parameters, data type 1, type 2, etc. Any type of parameter this function can have. For example, here I am considering p is a function pointer. P is a function pointer which contains the address of a function that accepts integer variable and returns integer. Here we are going to describe it as here p is a pointer that points to a function which returns an int value. This is the return type of the function and accepts an integer value as an argument. This is the argument for the function. Once again, I will repeat. P is a pointer to function. P is a pointer to function. That function will return integer value and will accept an integer value as a parameter. This is the parameter. This is the return type. For example, here I have declared two functions, add function and main function. As we already know that when we run the program, main function is executed first. Here I am declaring a function pointer. P is a function pointer which point to a function which will return integer and accepts two integer arguments as parameters. Int ij and result are the integer variables. Here I am entering the value of I. Say that value of I is 10. I am entering the value for j. The value for j is 40. P is equal to add. Here we can see that add is a function which returns integer and accepts two parameters int a and int b. So this the function add function prototype should match with this function pointer declaration. Here p is a function pointer which will point to a function which will return integer. Here return type is integer, so here the function pointer should return integer. Here this add function is accepting two integer variables. This function pointer is pointing to a function which accepts two integer arguments. So p is equal to add. So p is equal to add. That means p is containing the address of this function. The address of this function. Now I am calling this function by using pointer. Result is equal to p of I comma j. I is value 10, j is value 20. 10 is copied in A, 20 is copied in B. So return A plus B. So A plus B value is 30. 30 is returned and stored in result. Result is integer variable. Now I am displaying the value of result. The value of result is 30. So here pointer is used to point to a function. This is known as function pointer. Command line arguments. The arguments passed from the command line are called the command line arguments. These arguments are handled by main function. So as we have already know that we can pass parameters to a function. The function can contain the arguments. So similarly, main function can also contain the arguments. The arguments to the main function are passed using the command line. Using the command line. Now we shall see the syntax of the main function. Main function return type here I written as integer. It will take two arguments. One is argument count. Argc means argument count. Argv is argument vector. Argument vector is an array of pointers, two characters. Argument C is an of type integer type data type. Here the return type of the main function is integer by default, where argument C is nothing is the argument count of int data type. which is used to store the number of command line arguments passed by the user, including the name of the program. So this argument count contains the count, the number of elements which are passed as command line arguments, including the name of the program. Argument B. Argument B is the argument vector, is an array of character pointers, is an array of character pointers listing all the arguments. We shall see this one with an example program. Here return type I had used as void main int argument c char star argv of argument c is of integer type. Argument b is an array of character pointers. Int I is a variable. The command line arguments here I am displaying the command line arguments. For I is equal to 0, I less than argument count I plus plus. Now I am printing the command line values. Rp of I. What is I? I is 0 here. Initially I value is 0. Argument of 0 is argument V of I. So argument V of I. What is argument V of I? Argument V is an array of character pointers. That means the argument V is an array which contains pointers. That pointers points to a string. Argument V of 0. Argument V of 0 is nothing but the name of the program. The name of the program here is command line dot exe. I plus plus. Argument V of 1. Argument V of 1 is I am passing as bvrit. I plus plus. Argument V of 2. Argument V of 2 is college. Argument V of 3. Argument V of 3 is or. Argument V of 4. Argument V of 4 is engineering. These are the values which are passed using the command line arguments. bvrit College of Engineering are passed as arguments, command line arguments. These arguments are passed to the main function. This the starting argument v of 0 always contains the name of the program. Name of the program. So where we are passing this bvrit College of Engineering? In the next slide, I am going to describe. Here, whenever you write a program, command line arguments program in Turbo C++, go to run, go to arguments. Here we need to supply the arguments which need to be passed to the main function. The arguments here are given as bvrit College of Engineering. So how many arguments are given? 1, 2, 3, 4. And by default, the starting argument will contain always the name of the program. The name of the program in this case I have taken as command line. So here we can see once again, argument B is the argument vector is an array of character pointers listing all the arguments. Listing all the arguments. So these are the arguments, bvrit College of Engineering. Now argument count is the count of the argument count of integer data type which is used to store number of command line arguments passed by the user, including the name of the program. So the first value argument v of 0 will be the name of the program. Argument 1, 2, 3, 4 will be the arguments which we pass to the main function. bvrit College of Engineering. Argument v of 0 will always contain the name of the program. In this way, we pass arguments to the main function also. So first we have to enter the arguments, then we need to run the program. Then we will see the output in this form. Strings. A string is the one-dimensional array of characters terminated by null. The difference, the character array or the string is used to manipulate text such as word or sentence. Each character in the array occupies one byte of memory. The termination character /0 is important in the string since it is the only way to identify where the string ends. So it is the normal one-dimensional array of characters. We know an array. What is an array? An array is a collection of elements of same data type. So here, when we describe strings, it is an array of characters. So in that array, only the characters. That array include only the characters. But the difference between one-dimensional array and a string is one-dimensional array will not include this terminating character. When we say that we want to use as a string, the string must always be terminated with the null character. This terminating character is the important in the string since it is the only way to identify where the string ends. The string is enclosed in double quotes, double quotation. The format specified for string is %s. Like for integer is %d, for float is %f, for string we use %s. The syntax for declaring the string. String is an array of characters. String, name, size, type of the data type should be character. Example, char a of 20. Here, a is an array of 20 characters. A is an array. This is an array of 20 characters. Initialization of a string. A string can be initialized at the time of declaration of string variable. The string can be initialized in the following ways. So whenever we assign a value here is nothing but a string. At the time of variable declaration is known as initialization of a string. For example, char a of 20 is equal to bvrit. So here a is an array of 20 characters. It is initialized with bvrit. The null character automatically appended at the end by the compiler. So here a of 20. So a of 0 will contain b, a of 1 will contain v, a of 2 will contain r, a of 3 will contain I, A of 4 will contain T, A of 5 will contain /0, null character. The null character automatically appended by the compiler. Here char B of is equal to bvrit. Here I am not given assign any size. The compiler will automatically take the size of this string. The null character automatically appended at the end of the string by the compiler. Now, this B array, B of 0 will contain B, B of 1 will contain B, B of 2 will contain R, B 0, 1, 2, B of 3 will contain I, B of 4 will contain D, B of 5 will contain /0. /0 is automatically appended by the compiler. So here we can give the size. Here no need to give the size. This is another way of initialization. Another way of initialization is we can initialize the array at the time of declaration of string variable in this format. Like here I am giving in the character form. B is one character, V is one character, R is one character, I is one character, T is one character. If we initialize in this character format, then it is up to the user. The user has to specify /0 to terminate the end of the string. So here I declared a string variable. Let me see is an array of characters. Here I am initializing character by character. The user has to give the /0 at the end of the string. Similarly, the other way we can initialize the string is without specifying the size of the array, bvrit /0 in the form of characters. So we can initialize in these four ways. With size, directly written inside the double quotes. Without size, directly written inside the double quotes. With size, each character is initialized. We have to append slash 0. Without size, each character is initialized. We have to write slash 0 at the end of the string. For example, A is an array I initialize with bvrit. B is an array I initialize with bvrit. C is an array I initialize with bvrit. D is an array I initialize with bvrit. Here I am initializing directly by using the double quotation. Here I am initializing character by character. So here I am printing the values of A, B, C, and D. Here we can see the output. All are displaying bvrit. So in these four ways we can initialize a string. String input or output function. String input function. So we use getS function. GetS gets the string from the standard input device. Standard input device is nothing but keyboard. So when we run the program, we will enter the string. We will enter the string by using the keyboard. So getS is a function. GetS is a function gets the string from the standard input device. So here the syntax for the getS is getS. It will accept the string. It will accept the string and returns the character pointer. So getS collects a string of characters terminated by a new line from the standard input string stdin standard input device that is nothing but keyboard. GetS replaces the new line by a null character slash 0 in S. S is the argument. S is the argument. So once again I will read getS collects a string of characters. A string of characters. This is the argument. GetX collects a string of characters terminated by new line. So when we run the program, we enter the string and we terminate the string by pressing enter button. Enter button is nothing but new line. But this new line is appended by using is replaced by using slash 0 by the compiler. So once again, getS collects a string of characters terminated by the new line from the standard input device keyboard. GetS replaces the new line with slash 0 by the null character in S. In S. So getS will return a character pointer. GetS function also allows input strings to contain certain white spaces. So we can give the space between the string. GetS return when it encounters a new line. Everything up to the new line is copied into S. GetS returns the string argument S. So whatever the string we enter during running of the program, that string is returned. We shall see with an example. So here string is an array of 80 characters. So here I am entering the input string, enter the input string. So getS of string. So I am entering the string as bvrit college. See that here it is including the space. So by using getX function, it will also include space as a character. If we use scanf instead of getX function, then scanf will not read the space character. Scanf will take only bvrit. It will ignore the college remaining characters. So getS, the advantage of getS is we can use space between the string. So getS. Now the string contains bvrit college. Now the string, I am displaying the string. The string input was string. So what is the string? It is containing bvrit college. Puts function. Puts outputs the string to std out. So we have seen getS. getS is the input function. Puts is the output function. Puttex outputs the string to std out. Std out is nothing but standard output device. Standard output device is nothing but our monitor screen. The syntax for puttex is puttex. It will take a string. It will take a string and returns the integer value. So puttex copies the null terminated string s to the standard output stream std out and appends a new line character. Puttex returns a non-negative value or non-negative value integer. So puttex. So whatever the characters contained in s, that characters are displayed onto the output screen. That is nothing but standard output stream. Example, string is an array of characters. So this is nothing but I initialize string with bvrit college. Here you can observe that I am including space bvrit college. So puttex. So puttex. So whatever the characters are there in the string are displayed onto the monitor. So puttex is the output function which displays the characters of the string onto the monitor. bvrit college. So getS is the input function. GetS is the input function. Puttex is the output function. Array of strings. Array of strings. An array of strings is a two-dimensional array of characters. The syntax for array of strings is string name. This is the variable name. It is a two-dimensional array. So number of strings, num size of each string of character type. For example, char a of 3, 10. Here 3 is the number of strings. 10 is the size of each string. Here a of 0 is bvrit. A of 1 is college. A of 2 is Narsapur. So how many strings are there? 1, 2, 3. So A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. This 10 seconds index. The second size contains the size of the string. So this A of 0 may contain up to 10 characters length. A of 1 may contain up to 10 characters length. A of 2 Narsapur can contain up to 10 characters length. The size of this array, total size of this array is 3 strings. Each string may contain up to 10 characters. So 3 into 10. So total size of this array A is 30 bytes because each character is of 1 byte. So 3 into 10. Totally the array A will occupy 30 bytes in the memory. So we can initialize the array of string in this form also. A of 310. Instead of character by character, we can directly use the string using double quotes. The /0 is automatically appended by the compiler. Same array of string is demonstrated with an example proof. Char A of 310. I initialize with bvrit college Narsapur. bvrit is nothing but A of 0. College is nothing but A of 1. Narsapur is nothing but A of 2. So I'm declared I for traversing the array. The strings are I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. A of 0. What is A of 0? A of 0 is nothing but bvrit. I plus plus. A of 1 is nothing but college. I plus plus. I A of 2. A of 2 is nothing but plus support. So here we are going to see the output on the screen. The strings are bvrit, college, and plus support. So A of 0, A of 1, A of 2 are strings. If I use two dimensions, A of 0, 0, like for example, A of 0, 0, A of 0, 0 is character. A of 0, 0 is a character. If you draw this one in a two-dimensional array, B is a character, V is a character. A of 0 is B, A of 0, 0 is B, A of 0, 1 is V. String manipulation functions. So in the standard library, string.h header file, the most commonly used library functions are strlen, which is used to calculate the length of the string, strcpy function, which is used to copy the source string to the destination string. Strcat function is used to append one string at the end of another string. Strcmp function compares two strings. Strred function reverses all the characters of the string. Strlwr function converts all the characters to lowercase. Strupr function converts all the characters to the uppercase. So there are still many more functions are there, but the most commonly used functions are these functions: strlen, strcpy, strcat, strcmp, strreb, strlwr, strep. These are all functions presenting string.h header file. These are string functions. So if you want to work with string functions, we need to include this string.h header file. Now we shall discuss each function syntax. strlen function. So strlen function calculates the length of the string, returns the number of characters in S, not counting the terminating character, terminating null character. As we know that a string is always terminated by the null character /0, but str will not count the terminating null character. The remaining characters are counted. Calculate the length of the string, returns the number of characters in S, not the terminating null character. The syntax is strlen. It will accept string as a parameter. It will return size underscore t. Size underscore t is nothing but unsigned integer. Unsigned integer. It will contain only the positive values, positive integer values. So strlen, it will return the length of the string. The length of the string cannot be negative, so it should be unsigned integer. So unsigned integer in general can be denoted by using size underscore t. I'm demonstrating strlen function using a program. So here A is an array of 20 characters. So enter the string. Here I'm entering the string as bvrit college by using the getS function. So as I've already described that getS function we can use space. If you use scanf, this remaining characters are ignored. It will consider only first characters before the space bvrit. If you use scanf, if you use getS, it will include the space also. It will consider all the characters as one string. So here I'm printing the length of the string using strlen function. Here I had used percentage %u. Percentage %u is unsigned integer. The return type of strlen function is unsigned integer. Generally, it is represented by using size underscore t. So strlen of how many characters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So here space is also counted as a character. So total length of the string is 13. Here at the end of college /0, at the end of the string bvrit is /0 is appended by the compiler, but /0 is not counted for the length of the string. The length of the string will contain only the characters, not counting the terminating null character. The second function is strcpy function. strcpy function copies the source string to the destination string, stopping after the terminating null character has been moved. The syntax for strcpy function is will take two strings as arguments and it will return the string. Char star is nothing but a string, character pointer. Now we shall see this strcpy. So whatever the characters are present in source string are copied into the destination string. So here we shall see with an example program. It's, it's here I am declared two string variables. One is source, another is destination. Each is of 20 characters. Enter the source string. I'm entering by using the getX function. Say that I've entered the string as bvrit college. I'm using the built-in function strcpy, which is present in string.h header file. strcpy destination comma source. So what is the source string is containing? Source string is containing bvrit college. The characters of this bvrit college are copied into destination string. strcpy copies source string to the destination string, stopping after terminating null character has been moved. That means bvrit college along with /0 are copied into destination string. Destination string. So strcpy accepts two strings as arguments and returns the character pointer, which is nothing but a string. strcpy destination comma source. So copied string is destination. So here we can see in the output that copied string is bvrit college. The source string we entered as bvrit method string is copied into destination. The third function is strcat function. Str concatenation function appends one string to another. Syntax is strcat. It accepts two strings and returns the string. Char star is nothing but a string. So strcat appends a copy of source string to the end of the destination string. The length of the resulting string is length of the destination string plus length of the source string. We shall discuss this with an example program. So here I have taken source string and destination string, each is of 20 characters size. Now enter the source string. So here I have entered the source string as college Narsapur. Enter the destination string. The destination string I have entered as bvrit. bvrit. Now the syntax for the strcat function is it will accept two strings. Here destination string and source string. strcat appends a copy of its source string at the end of the destination string. So here I am using this function strcat destination comma source. So what source is containing? Source is containing college Narsapur. What destination is containing? Destination is containing bvrit. So when I use this function strcat destination comma source, the characters of the string is appended at the end of the destination. That means when I display this destination, then destination I will get as bvrit college Narsapur. bvrit college Narsapur. So destination is containing the string bvrit, source is containing Narsapur. So when I concatenate, the string contained in source is appended at the end of the destination string. So that's why the destination string is modified to bvrit college Narsapur. So here strcat function appends one string to the another. So destination string is appended with the source string. The next function is strcmp function. strcmp function is used to compare two strings. The syntax for strcmp function is it will take two strings as arguments and return an integer. Return an integer. strcmp performs an comparison of string s1 and string s2. The string comparison starts with the first character in each string and continues with subsequent characters until the corresponding characters differ or until the end of the strings is reached. So strcmp function is used to compare two strings. Two strings are compared character by character until the corresponding characters differ. So when there is a mismatch, then the comparison will stop. Otherwise, it will continue until end of the strings is reached. The strcmp function will return an integer value. Integer value. The integer value. If the integer value returned is less than 0, that means string 1 is less than string 2. If the integer value returned is equal to 0, that means string 1 is same as string 2. If the return value is greater than 0, that means string 1 is greater than string 2. An example program for demonstrating strcmp function. Here I have declared two strings and one integer variable to store the return type of string comparison. Enter first string. I'm using getAs function to enter the first string bvrit. The first string bvrit is stored in A. Enter second string. I'm using getAs function to read the string bvrit. So B contains bvrit. Now A is containing string bvrit, B is containing string bvrit. Now I'm using the strcmp function to compare the strings A and B. If A and B are same, if A and B are same, then the return type of the string comparison is integer value 0. Here you can see if S1 string is equal to S2 string, then the return type of strcmp function is 0. Then here I am displaying strings are same. If it is other than 0, that means if it is less than 0 or greater than 0, that means strings are different. They are not same. So in this output, we are seeing that the first string A is containing bvrit, the second string B is also containing bvrit. So the return type of strcmp function is 0. So strings are same. If it is not same, if I return bvrit, here the second string is college, bvrit is not equal to college, then the return type is not 0, then the strings are different. Output we are going to see as strings are different. The next function is strrev function. Reverses all characters in S. S is a string except for the terminating null character. As we know that the string is always terminated by /0, that is nothing but null character. That null character is not reversed, only the characters which we have entered are reversed. The syntax for strrev function is it accepts argument as a string and returns the string. Strrev changes all the characters in a string to reverse order except the terminating null character. strrev returns a pointer to the reversed string. We shall see with an example program. Here A is a string of 20 characters. I am entering the string by using getAs function. So enter string. So I am entering as problem solving. So A contains string problem solving. Now entered string. So what string I have entered? I have entered the string as problem solving. So I am displaying by using the printf function. Now I want to apply strrev function on string A. On string A, strrev function. So here after strrev function, I am displaying the reversed string. The reverse string is A. So reverse string is now all the characters are reversed. So G, N, I, V, N, O, S, similarly space M, E, L, B, O, R, P. /0 is not appended. Slash, /0 is not reversed. /0 remains at that place only. Only the characters which we have entered are reversed. The next function is strlwr function. strlwr function converts uppercase character A to Z in the string S to lowercase A to Z. That means if a string is containing different case letters, then strlen function is used to convert the capital letters, uppercase letters into lowercase letters. The syntax for strlen is it will accept the string and returns a character pointer, converts S to all lowercase. strlen returns pointer to string S. Example program. Here A is an array of 20 characters. I am entering the string. Enter the string is bvrit college. You can observe that B is capital letter, COLL is capital letter, uppercase letter. These uppercase letters are converted into lowercase by using strlen function. So I am printing the entered string. What the string we have entered? We have entered bvrit college, which is containing some capital letters, uppercase letters. By using this strlen function, these uppercase letters are converted into lowercase letters. So string after strlen function. After this statement, I am displaying the string. The string now contains bvrit college. So you can observe that B is converted into uppercase B is converted into lowercase b, uppercase C is converted into lowercase c, uppercase O is converted into lowercase o, uppercase L is converted into lowercase l, uppercase L is converted to lowercase l. So, if the string is containing a combination of uppercase and lowercase characters, the strlen function converts all the uppercase characters into lowercase characters. That is done by using the strlen function. Next function is strupr function. strupr function converts the lowercase characters A to Z in string S to uppercase. So this is vice versa of str lower function. Str lower function converts uppercase letters into lowercase letters. Here, str upper converts lowercase letters into uppercase letters. The syntax is strupr. strupr function accepts string and returns the character pointer. Converts S to all lowercase. strupr returns a pointer to a string S. The example program A is of array of 20 characters. Here I am entering the string. I am entering the string using the getS function. GetS function here I have entered by bvrit college including space. I am displaying the entered string. The entered string is bvrit college. Now I am using the function strupr of A. So bvrit college. So here the string is containing uppercase letter as well as lowercase letter. So strupr function will convert all the lowercase letters into uppercase letter. So after this statement, I am displaying the string after strupr. String A. I am displaying A string after strupr. It is converted into bvrit college. All uppercase characters. So here all the lowercase characters are converted into uppercase characters. That is done by using the strupr function which is present in string.h header file. Thank you. If you are having any questions, please post the questions. If you are having any comments, please post the comments. Some other string functions are also there, like str, chr, str, etc. For that, I will be sending another PPT. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.